Hi everyone, I'm Emma, and you're on the Stories by Emma channel. Let's dive into some amazing stories. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. Buried Secrets. It was a quiet morning when Jennifer found the old, dust-covered box in the attic, a box that would unravel secrets long buried. Her curiosity grew as she opened it, revealing a stack of old letters and faded photographs. The contents hinted at a life she knew nothing about, yet the faces seemed hauntingly familiar. What secrets had her family been hiding? She couldn't resist digging deeper. As Jennifer read through the letters, a pattern began to emerge. They were all addressed to her grandmother from an unknown man. The tone of the letters shifted over time, moving from affection to desperation. Each new letter raised more questions than it answered, leaving Jennifer anxious for more clues. Who was this man, and why was he so important? The discovery consumed her thoughts. She began piecing together fragments of conversations she had overheard as a child, things that had never made sense until now. Her grandmother had always been secretive, but Jennifer never imagined it would lead to something so mysterious. The more she learned, the more she realized her family's past was shrouded in lies. Desperate for answers, Jennifer visited her grandmother's old friends, hoping they might shed some light on the situation. But their reluctance to speak only deepened her suspicion. One of them, Mrs. Lewis, nervously mentioned something about that night, but refused to elaborate. Jennifer's frustration grew as the trail seemed to go cold. Determined, Jennifer searched for any official records about her grandmother's life. After days of digging, she stumbled upon a forgotten newspaper article from 1972. It reported a tragic accident involving her grandmother and a mysterious man whose name had been redacted. The article hinted at foul play, but provided no solid answers. With no clear path forward, Jennifer decided to confront her mother, who had always seemed distant when it came to family history. Her mother's reaction was unexpected, a mix of anger and fear. "You need to leave this alone," she warned. "Some things are better left buried." But Jennifer couldn't let it go, not now. Late one night, Jennifer received an anonymous letter. The handwriting was eerily similar to the one she had found in the attic. It simply read, "You're closer than you think." A chill ran down her spine as she realized someone was watching her. But who? And how were they involved in her grandmother's past? The next day, Jennifer returned to the attic, hoping she had missed something in her first search. This time, she found an old journal hidden beneath the floorboards. As she flipped through the pages, her grandmother's voice came to life, detailing a love affair that had been kept secret for decades. But the last few entries were disturbing, filled with fear and paranoia. One entry mentioned a name, Thomas Blackwell, a name Jennifer had never heard before. She quickly searched the name online and found a local historian who had written about him. According to the historian, Thomas was a prominent figure in the 1970s who mysteriously disappeared without a trace. Could he be the man from the letters? Jennifer arranged a meeting with the historian, who revealed a chilling detail. Thomas had been involved in a scandal, and many believed he had faked his own death to escape the consequences. The historian provided Jennifer with a photograph of Thomas. He bore a striking resemblance to her grandfather. Could it really be him? As the pieces began to fall into place, Jennifer uncovered one final clue in her grandmother's journal. It referred to a hidden cabin deep in the woods where her grandmother and Thomas used to meet. With nothing left to lose, Jennifer decided to find the cabin herself, hoping it would provide the answers she needed. The journey to the cabin was long and treacherous, but Jennifer pressed on, fueled by the need for closure. When she finally arrived, the cabin appeared abandoned. However, inside, she found remnants of a life once lived: old clothes, personal items, and a photograph of her grandmother with Thomas. The truth was within reach. Suddenly, Jennifer heard a noise behind her. A man, much older now but unmistakably Thomas, stood in the doorway. "I knew you'd come," he said softly. He explained that her grandmother had loved him, but chose to protect her family by keeping the affair a secret. Thomas had been forced into hiding after a corrupt deal went wrong. Thomas revealed that he had stayed away to keep her grandmother safe, but the truth had always been close to surfacing. He handed Jennifer a box. Inside was her grandmother's final letter, addressed to her. The letter explained everything: the love, the betrayal, and why she had kept it all hidden. It ended with a plea for forgiveness. As Jennifer read the letter, she felt a strange sense of peace. The secrets that had haunted her family for decades were finally out in the open. She returned home, not with bitterness, but with understanding. The past had shaped her, but it would no longer define her. The truth had set her free,